My name is Randall Eggert. This class is Grammar and Stylistics. It's about writing clearly.
Definite versus indefinite articles. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the main purposes of articles in English, which is to distinguish between old information and new information. Before we get started, we should identify what we mean by articles. Now, you've probably heard people talk about the definite article and the indefinite article. By the definite article, they mean the. By the indefinite article, they mean an. But it's somewhat of a misnomer. It suggests that there's only one definite article and only one indefinite article, which isn't true. In fact, we could argue that this and that, all of the possessives, his, her, my, all of those function as definite articles. And with indefinites, we see that there is an acts as an indefinite, but as well some, 1, 2, 3, all of the cardinals. And we've also got this one that is just the absence of an article, which I represent with the empty set symbol. That too acts as an indefinite marker. Now, the theory that we're going to be invoking here, we can call the contacts theory of discourse. It used to be called the Rolodex theory, but nobody uses Rolodexes anymore. So think about this the way that you think of the contacts in your phone. So you've got a list of contacts for everybody who you know. Similarly, in a discourse, every character in that discourse is assigned a contact entry. When the discourse begins, the writer can assume that the reader already has some contacts available. For example, the sun. We're all familiar with the sun, or Donald Trump, or the University of Utah. Or we can take it for granted that the reader is aware of the writer's existence. So they already have a contact entry for the writer. And of course, the reader is already familiar with himself, so they've got a contract entry for you. Now, the idea, though, is that when a new character is brought into the discourse, one that the reader isn't already taken to have in their contact list, it's assigned a new contact. And the way that we know that this is a new character is it's introduced with an indefinite article. That's its primary use in English, is to indicate that this is new. Once a character has been introduced, the contact is available and can thenceforth be referred to with a pronoun or a definite article. So the definite article or a pronoun is a way of indicating to the audience, to the reader in the way that we're approaching it, that this is old information. This is something that you should already have in your contacts, and so it's just a matter of looking it up and pulling it out. We should also understand that some contacts imply others. For example, if we start talking about a class and the class becomes a contact, then the students in the class, the teacher in the class, are also taken for granted. And they can be then treated as old information and can be discussed using the definite article. And likewise, if we introduce a car, things that go along with that, with the car, like the wheels, the steering wheel, the seats, and so on, that can be brought with it, and they can be treated as old information. If we're talking about a paper, then it's taken for granted that there is the writer, and perhaps the reader as well.